All right, 2015 Ford Explorer with a 3.5 liter. This car is giving me a sign temperature a little bit over the limit. So, okay, it's just simple steps. Okay, right here. Okay, you have to remove the air duct here. Then you have another pipe right here. This one right here. You gotta do it like this. You know? Just up like that. Squeeze it. Remove it. Thermostat is located right here. You got a number 8mm one here on top, and the other one is down there. Another 8mm. Okay, and the thermostat is right here inside this one. Okay. So remove those two number 8mm, and it's gonna be inside this piece right here. Okay. Just make sure that if you have the car in level position, well, you ain't got no problem too much. Okay, but you don't want that this car rolling for any accident. As you can tell right here is the transmission shifter cable. That's the one who control the parking, neutral, and everything. Sometimes, you know, when you work very close to the area right here, we don't want to disconnect them by accident. And while you're working in the lower bolt, you know, you don't want to disconnect this from here while you're trying to get the bolt out of there. If you had it downhill, it will roll down. Okay, you better put the emergency brake on and make sure that the emergency brake is working properly. Depending on how you got it, you know, like me right now, I have the car like rolling a little bit inclined like that, so I have to make sure that I will put something behind the wheels, you know. And so in any case, if I by accident I just touch the cable, okay, or disconnect it, you know, but that's what we got. Okay, so I recommend you to put the emergency brake on, and if you got it that way, you know, find something just to here. In any case, it's better to do it that way to prevent accidents. Okay, and then you put everything back on the way it is. Okay, to add the coolant back on, you have to be very patient, because sometimes you might find some air bubbles inside. So sometimes you think it's already full, but not. You have to wait until you get the right amount of fluid on the reservoir. Okay, and remember, this on this vehicle, the upper hose was hot and the one on the bottom was very cold. So, you know, I'm just inspecting and checking this vehicle to see, you know, because somebody changed the radiator before me. So what I'm doing now, I'm just doing some tests just to make sure. Okay, but the first thing that we do is just remove that. That's a flat screwdriver. Get, like I said, that pipe out of there. You know, this one, so part right here, just do it that way and snap it out. Okay, then you have to play with that over there. Okay, you can do it about an 8mm, you know, and slowly remove that, and have any oil pan down there to catch the fluid. You know, you don't want to have a lot of coolant everywhere, you know. And I think that's all you gotta do. Okay, what else I can tell you? Nothing else, just to be safe. Okay, just be safety. Wait for the car to get cool off. You know, if you can do that, and go ahead, do that. Okay. In this case, on this vehicle, I did the timing on it. You know, if you go to my channel, you're gonna see what I did on this vehicle. You know, I hope everything is okay. The case about this car was that they were driving, they said, and then they hit a raccoon. I think it was in this area right here. Yeah, and they say they mess around with the temperature, you know. And after that, I think they had a broken radiator. I don't know, you know, what's the story, you know. But I can see that they have a new radiator right there. So they told me to change the water pump. So water pump is internal into the timing. So I did all that stuff while I was finished for what I was doing. It was a test drive, you know, and I noticed that the radiator fan start coming on, and then, you know, I thought it was just the thermostat adjusting, regulating, you know, the temperature, and it would be all right. But I noticed that later on the temperature, the red color was showing up, telling me that car was over temperature. So I used my about this thing in Harbor Freight. You can buy it in any place. So we just letting me know, you know, what was the temperature on it. It was about 186 or 200, something like that on this one, and the other one right there, it was still like that. The other one is a little bit higher, you know. But this was 200 over here, and that was about 60, 65, you know. And this is what I use just to sometimes, you know, you want to read temperature and you don't want to put your hand, you know. At least in this vehicle, it's very easy just to get through the thermostat, you know. So that's what you have to do. I hope that this gentleman didn't drive this vehicle overheating on the road. So hopefully changing the thermostat that is just right there, like I said, to number 8 millimeters. I hope that will fix the problem, you know. It would be so bad if they couldn't blow the head gasket. Actually, nobody have a broken head gasket no more. What it do when you on this lately, on this kind of vehicles, all those people who build boats, the metals for those bowls are not the same like when they used to do it before a long time ago. Now those bowls will stretch out, you know, and it will be just stretch out, and that's what happened. Okay, sometimes you don't have a blown head gasket and nothing like that, you know. But well, that's the whole story. Okay, parts are right here, and take those things out and you'll be all right. Thank you. Subscribe, thumbs up. Bye.